Welcome to another episode of Let's Play Roma in Football Manager 2019. I'm Ater, and we are starting this in a bit of an unusual way, because we are starting this by watching a highlight from one of the games I played between episodes. And I want to talk about Dzeko. In real life, I think he's so good. I think he was brilliant in so many games in Champions League last year, and so on. But in this save, I'm not sure what's going on. In the league this season, he scored 6 goals. I was expecting him to do like 20 plus. Of course, there's still time left, but we have reached the halftime mark on the season. And compare that to the league's current top goal scorer, has scored 15 goals. That's almost 3 times as many. And this, as I'm going to show now, happened during. We're going to slow this one down a bit. But this happened during a game where we ended up drawing versus Parma. And this happened. So Parma has the ball, and it goes all the way back to the keeper. And first, like this is really good, because Dzeko decides to put some serious pressure on the keeper, and I definitely like this. Because the keeper, he steps higher and up, and Dzeko goes in and puts some pressure on him, and he even managed to win the ball. Let's pause it here. Dzeko can jog all the way down into the goal and just like run into goal with the ball. Like this should be a certain goal. Instead, this happens. And we ended up not winning the game. So I'm not sure what to do to get Dzeko working. But since last episode, that fantastic game versus Napoli, we followed that one up with a good win at home versus Lazio, and then we had a 1-1 draw versus Parma, and of course that was from the game you just saw. And then it's been like a winter break in Italy, so quite some time has passed since last episode. As you can see, we're all the way to the 20th of January. But during that winter break, it was a friendly game. We won easy, nothing special. And then we played our first game in the Italian Cup. And we actually got a pretty tough draw versus Udinese. And you remember from early this season, Udinese was topping the table for quite some time. Even though they've fallen down a bit now, they still are a very good team. And we really don't like to make it easy for us, because since we managed to beat Udinese, who did we get for the next round? Of course, we managed to get Juve. Kind of the toughest possible opponent, especially since we are facing them away in the cup. And the board expects us, their minimum expectation is to reach the semi-final. And we already failed to meet their expectation in Champions League, because they expected us to go through from the group stage, and we failed with that. And that was a huge risk. We're going to fail the Italian Cup. We could be looking at a dangerous situation later on if we get knocked out here, and then we start stumbling a bit in the league, then my job could be on the line. That's not a situation we want to be in. And today we have a huge episode, because we are playing Juve, and Juve haven't had a great start to the season. They're currently in 7th place, but we really can't underestimate them, because we know how good they are. And of course, in the first episode of this series, we managed to beat them, but that was at our home ground. It's probably going to be a much tougher game. And looking at the league table, they are down to 7th place, but it's so close among all these teams. And we are currently topping, but those 2 points we lost because of Dzeko missing an open net, those 2 points could be points we really needed at the end. Other than that, the transfer window closed yesterday, and as you know, we've been having some huge problems with injuries, and especially in the midfield department. As you can see, most of the guys are about to come back now. 8 days, 2 weeks, 7 days, 3 days, 2 to 4 weeks. So it's going in the right direction. But I really like, during the whole window, I've been trying to get a midfielder. And first, I was looking to recall some of the youngsters we have loaned out, because we have a few really good U20 players loaned out. My first choice was, let's see, where are you hiding? I'm blind now. Yeah, it was Tonali. But Tonali, we signed him during the summer, and in the deal was that we were going to loan him back for a season, and apparently you have no option to recall them then. And now, a second option to recall was Gerson, because he looks really good. And it's not me who loaned him out. You start the game with him loaned out, and apparently they didn't have a callback clausule, so I couldn't call him back either. So I've been scouting and trying, and I've actually been bidding for a few transfer listed players, and Actually, kind of a famous name. Let's see if we can find him here under scouting. Let's see. Now I'm looking for players whose contracts expiring. Probably going to talk about that next episode. We're going to go for transfer status listed. Come on, this is a bit laggy because this goes through all the players, and we have quite a few of them. The one I was pretty close to sign, maybe it's not listed anymore, but it was actually Dan Drinkwater, because he was transfer listed for basically free, like 6 million euros, and he's a central midfielder. And I felt like he could be a cheap, short-term solution that we could sell on with a profit at the end of the season. But he wanted like 150 mil per week, and that was not an option for us because we actually been struggling a lot with the wage budget. We were over the wage budget, so I actually had to negotiate my my transfer budget and change a few things around. So it went from the transfer budget to the wage budget. Yeah, I didn't manage. We're scouting a lot of players. We're making bids for a lot of players. Drinkwater was probably the closest one, but it fell through with his contract. I had another player that also fell through with his contract. But yeah, we haven't signed anybody, and kind of displeased with that, but still feel like it was the right decision because the money was involved with like the wages and so on. I just felt it was unreasonable, and this is a nightmare of a start. Juve takes the lead, and we haven't even played for 2 minutes. Darn it, this is not the start we wanted, but I'm not surprised. Such a tough away game. But other than that, I've been looking a lot on players that are becoming free transfers. I'm not sure if we're going to sign like, oh, this is going to really strengthen our team, or we're just going to sign players that we could flip after a season for a profit, because we are not a rich club, and we really need to work to get our finances in a way where we can actually sign the players we want to start competing in Champions League. Yes, in the oh, I think you could have tried to reach Dzeko instead there. That could have been a better option. But I actually already made one future signing for free transfers, and I might bring in another one or two depending on who I can get. But we're gonna probably check that during next episode, because I was talking far too much during the first part. Here's Dzeko into the box. Can you find somebody? No. Oh, what a beauty from Steven Nonsi. That was a really, really good goal. But at the same time, Kolarov have picked up a knock. Probably going to keep him on for a little bit longer. But then we might have to replace him. But look at this finisher. You beauty. We are back in business. But yeah, free transfers could be a good way to get the finances we need to actually start to sign players later on that we need to compete in the Champions League. And if we can get them for free and then sell them on with a profit after a season, that's always a good deal. There's Pirotti all by himself, and that was a really, really good try by Pirotti. Kolarov with the free kick into the box to nobody's cleared, and now he's going in the wrong direction, but looks like the highlight is over. And actually, I have transfer listed a player, and that's Karstrup, our right defender, right fullback. I didn't plan to sell him until after the season, because it's injury prone, makes me kind of want to sell him. I have so many injury prone players, and we really need to change that in the summer. So I probably would consider selling him during the summer, but he got angry with me, and because he didn't get to play as much as he wanted, and I tried to talk to him, and it only made him more angry, and then he got transfer listed by request. So if we get a good offer, I would sell him, but I hope we can keep him until the summer. But during the summer, we're probably going to... I mean, we need to take a look at all the injury-prone players we have, because those injuries have been a pure disaster during this season, and you almost seen it. We step it up for the second half, and now we're gonna change color all around so he don't die, and we're gonna bring in Santon instead. But yeah, let's focus a little bit more on the game now instead of transfers. So It's 1-1 after the first half, and that's not a bad result considering we are playing Juve away. It's a very tough game. Looking at the chances here, we actually had managed to create a few more chances than them, but they're so good. And here they are with a really tough. Is Chiellini can I get into the box? I hope not. It looks like he will. And oh my god, this is so unlucky. It bounces off Ronaldo. He doesn't even finish it himself. I think that lad shoots and it bounces off him into an open net. And yeah, Chiellini for Sandro. And take a look at this. He tried to shoot and it bounces off one player onto another player into the goal. Talk about lucky Juve. Come on. But we have come back once. Maybe we can do it twice. He's in there. He was involved last time. Is he going all by himself? A bit optimistic, but at least we are creating chances here. I think it's time. Maybe I'll give it a few more minutes. I mean, since we are creating chances, we're creating more chances than them. I'm not going to go all out crazy attacking yet. Instead, we are going to take... I mean, Dzeko. Oh my god, so bad. 6.3. It's so bad, it's embarrassing. But still, we have some players dying, and we might need to prioritize them. I think we're going to go like this, and now we're going to play a player that's definitely not the correct place for him. But he has done it okay before. But he's kind of garbage at that role. But Dzeko is motivated. I want to give him a few more minutes, but yeah, it's very, very worrisome. Could go with Corrick instead, like that. No, meantime, I forgot we did that sub because of the injury. I want to save a sub a little bit longer in case something happens. And maybe this could be it. Hopefully it will go in our way. That was really bad though. This is really bad. Come on, lads. Win this one. No mistakes. Easy guys. Build it. Build up. And that was an optimistic pass, really optimistic pass. But no, not a bad pass. It was okay. But now we need to win it back once again. Come on, guys. Beautiful. And it's in there. He goes a long cross for Dzeko. And oh my god, I was about to say that Dzeko was scoring. But Dzeko doesn't like to score. As we learned in this save. I mean, I really thought that one was going in. And and when I say that, of course, he wants to prove me wrong. And he scores once again. His 8th goal of the season. His 7th goal in the league. But still, he should be like at 13, 14 goals by now for me to be really pleased with this season. But we have bounced back. And now, of course, we're probably going to keep Dzeko on. I think it's time to take a look at the last sub. I'm not going to have a team talk because most of them looks good. A few nerves. Oh my god, Inder has picked up potential injury. We are going to remove him ASAP. Let's bring in Kluivert instead. Like that. 10 minutes. Picked up quite a few. Okay, here's Corrick with a free kick. And ooh, that could have been a sensation. But yeah, the body language looks good all over the line. I'm okay with this result. Maybe we can create something here, but the extra time is up. Then ref blows the whistle. It's a draw, and I take it. I definitely take it. I think it was a pretty decent game from us. Look, oh my god. This is, I couldn't tell this from the highlight, but we destroyed them in chances. Maybe we should be displeased anyway, because 10 shots to 1 on target. And we didn't win, so yeah, I mean, there was a pretty good result. What will my assistant think? His face is disappointing. Well, let's say it, because look at the ratings. The ratings was disappointed, so I might agree with him. But this is a very, very good result for us, even though we didn't win. We're still topping the table. We have some safety margin. And now, I mean, we are going to be playing them quite soon again away in the cup. But that's it for this episode. As always, thank you so much for sharing your time with me, and I would love to hear from you in the comments. As always, don't be afraid to use them. I love getting feedback, and I try to answer any questions you have there. But yeah, I'll see you in the next episode.